You did the hard part. You invested for retirement, you used all the right accounts, but if you pull that money out in the wrong order, you could pay the IRS tens of thousands of dollars you never had to pay. But here's the order I'm planning to use. We've talked about investing in the 3-bucket strategy, but the order that you pull from these accounts matters just as much. So here's the order, and then I'll explain why it changes depending on your age. Brokerage first, pre-tax second, Roth last. But the reason for the order is completely different before 59 and a half and after. So let's split it. If you retire at 45 or whatever early age, you've got this gap before your retirement accounts open up without penalty. So the first issue is access. This is where your brokerage account really comes into play because you can access it anytime. There are no age rules and you just pay capital gains taxes, but we've already talked about how you can pay $0 in taxes on withdrawals from this account. And while you're living off your brokerage account, your income is probably really low. And so this is the exact time to run cheap Roth conversions. And because locked at 59 and a half isn't really true, you've got some options. Roth contributions can come out anytime, tax-free and penalty-free. The conversion ladder lets you move pre-tax money into your Roth IRA, wait 5 years, and then you can pull that money out completely penalty-free. If you need money faster than that, there's a rule called 72T or STEP where you take equal payments on a set schedule and you skip the penalty, but you're locked into the same amount every year and you can't adjust it up or down. And if you break the schedule, the penalties come back. So it's kind of more of a backup. And one more is the rule of 55, which says that if you leave your employer at the age of 55 or later, you can pull from that employer's 401k right away with no penalty. But a summary of all this is that you have a whole toolkit of options to bridge that gap if you retire early. So at the age of 59 and a half, now everything's unlocked, but the logic changes a little bit because it's not about access anymore. It's about taxes and required withdrawals. This is when you draw down your pre-tax bucket more intentionally, partially to shrink it before those forced withdrawals hit at 75. And this is the same idea as the RMD video where you're emptying the account that triggers RMDs on your own terms. And your HSA opens up too, because after 65, it basically becomes a traditional IRA in the sense that you can use it for anything and you just pay regular income taxes on it. And one thing to note is that Roth comes last in both of these phases, and that is intentional. Specifically the Roth IRA because it's the most valuable dollar you own. It grows tax-free, it comes out tax-free, and it never has those required withdrawals, so the IRS can never force you to take the money out. It's also one of the best accounts to leave to your kids because they inherit it completely tax-free. So your brokerage bucket does the heavy lifting early on, your pre-tax bucket gets drained strategically, and your Roth bucket is the last thing you ever touch. So the order is the same your whole retirement, brokerage, pre-tax, and Roth, but earlier on it's about access and later it's about taxes. I am not a financial advisor, but let me know what questions you have below and follow for more.